the time, I think, that we've done this.
Yeah, well, we've normally missed one
No. This
or
is the
two.
by that I mean this is the first time we've done a trifecta of reviews in one go. 3 unrelated movies,
Yes.
all in one go. I think on occasion we might have spoken about the Back to the Future trilogy or the Lord of the Rings trilogy all in one video, but
Yeah.
but this is different because these are 3 completely irrelevant films, aren't they? We're just doing this as a case of catching up because we've
unconnected. Yeah.
What?
Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm just interrupting you because I'm rude. But we're talking about in terms of we've done trilogies. We've done of course we have. We've talked about films in a series. But this is the first time we've actually done a catch-up, as in we've missed a few broadcasts for a variation of different reasons, of course, which we won't get into here.
No.
But, of course, that was two in April, and, of course, last night. But people can forgive last night because it's a bank holiday, and they can forgive the 21st because it's a bank holiday, and everyone can forgive last week because it was my birthday. We'll just use those as our reasons, shall we?
Of course.
Let's use those as our excuses.
Definitely.
That's not the reason, but let's just use that anyway. So
as a result of that means that we've got two 5-star movies to still talk about
from April time,
and then after that we've got one for the new month, which we'll go into after we speak about these first 2. Kicking off in style, we're going to be talking about the 2006 comedy film Borat.
Okay.
So you must have heard of Borat.
I've heard of Borat. Back, I think we were in school, actually. There was a ringtone that was being sent from phone to phone, which was, "You have no text message, I5."
Oh, my God.
I don't get the reference, but it sounded cool.
The actual name for the film is Borat Cultural Learnings of America to Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan. That's the actual title of the film. But
do you know, it's a nice short title, that. It's really catchy.
It's just Borat. Just Borat is better. This film is, without question, one of the smartest and self-aware comedy films I've ever seen. Borat was just the right ingredient to show how America functioned with paranoia, racism, and political views in a post-9/11 world in the mid-2000s.
So you know, that a film like this would not do well today.
No, it wouldn't. And that's why I love it so much. It's a product of its time, but that's what's great about it. Borat is a comedy A-list character created by Sacha Baron Cohen. The way he pronounces things never failed to make me laugh. There's one bit where he's at like a yard sale and he's talking to some random woman, and he's convinced that she's a gypsy, even though she's not a gypsy. And he's scared of her, and he's saying stuff like, "Do not try to shrink me, a gypsy. I serious." It's things like that. Or when he's at a dinner party and someone says to him that they've recently retired, and he goes, "You are retard." And then at the end they call the police on him, and he goes, "Why you call police? Have retard escaped?" It's lines like that are just so great. And then there's one of my favorite lines is when he gets a picture of his son to show to a woman or something, and he goes, "This is my favorite son, Huey Lewis. His name is Huey Lewis." And it's just little things like that. They just tickle me. I'm an idiot. And
my son do good soundtrack.
Look, I'm dumb, okay, and this is dumb humor, and it's totally my jam.
I cannot argue with that statement.
Although Borat is the star of the mockumentary, it is the people of America that he and Azamat meet who really make me chuckle with their genuine reactions of horror and seriousness to Borat's many antics. The humor teacher, the salesman, the car salesman, the antique shop owner, the driving instructor, and the party guests are all my favourite one-offs, as some are shocked by Borat, whilst others just brilliantly coast along with it. The car salesman would agree with anything Borat said to score a sale, I'm sure of it. Because some of the stuff Borat says in that sequence where he's trying to buy a car off him, the salesman's just like, yeah, well, if you want that, you might as well buy this and that, He'll do anything to secure a sale.
I know the feeling.
Of course, Borat also encounters less likeable characters like the questionable drunk frat boys, the intense churchgoers, and especially the rodeo organizer who's homophobic. Yeah, the irony kind of writes itself on that one. Pamela Anderson was a real trooper, being one of the few actors on the production. That kidnap scene is just priceless, man, honestly. So to close down on the first of 3 films that we speak about tonight, Borat is in my top 3 favourite comedies of all time. I can just think of certain scenes and it makes me laugh which goes to show its impact. Like literally, as I'm reading,
It sounds like my thing, actually.
it really is. As I'm reading
or
it
my
out,
jam when I say it in your language.
Exactly. It's totally your jam. It's your jam and your marmalade. Of course, the "my wife" and "nice" quotes are said around the world daily now, but that doesn't take away from the film's value. Also, New Yorkers on the subway seem very, very friendly. Not. See, if you've seen the film, you'll get that there's like they try to teach Borat what a knot joke is, and he just doesn't get it. He keeps going, "Oh, okay, this black nut," and like he doesn't pronounce it right. He doesn't wait for the pause. It's just great.
There's no dramatic effect there.
Zero dramatic effect. But on that note, Dan, I'm giving Borat 5 out of 5.
Yeah, there we go.
It's one of my favourite comedies, and it never fails to make me laugh.
It's also a predictable 5 out of 5 for Amazing April, which we're finishing.
Oh, yes, yeah. Well, no, this one is the one that finishes it, isn't it?
That it is.
Moving on to film number 2. We are also talking about a 2 movie, so this will be fun.
Is it A Bug's Life 2?
No, there is no such thing as A Bug's Life 2.
Ah.
One day there might be, though.
You should have said the correct line, but you didn't.
It's a 2 movie, but it's not A Bug's Life 2.
You're doing great.
Well, I try. I'm a skilled voice actor.
Well.
I just haven't been discovered yet, that's all. So, moving on to the second film, we will now be rounding off, what was it? Amazing April.
Amazing April, yes. I'm moving in to Muscle May.
Yes, but rounding off Amazing April, we're going to round it off with Austin Powers, The Spy Who Shagged Me. Or Austin Powers 2, if like maybe
probably
maybe just to be on the safe side,
maybe
pronounce
to be on the safe side, yeah.
The best comedy sequel of all time right here. It takes everything that worked in the first film and took it a step further to comedic perfection. Austin Powers time travels back to 1969 to stop Dr. Evil, and I know what you're thinking. How do they handle time travel in this film? The fact of the matter is, they don't. Austin addresses all of the problems that occur with time travel beforehand, and Basil simply responds with, "I suggest you don't worry about that sort of thing and just enjoy yourself. That goes for you all too." And then Austin turns to the screen and goes, "Yes." So they know that time travel is bullshit, and like there's no way to logically explain it.
So they didn't do anything like Back to the Future did, where they really set it up and they really made the effort to make it work. They're just like, yeah, we're just going to ignore this bit, just be in this time frame.
Austin literally says to his friend before he time travels, he goes, "But what happens if, so and so and so and so?" And then I get back to, "Oh no, I've gone cross-eyed." And then he just goes, "Don't worry about it. It's fine. Just enjoy yourself." And that goes for you all too in the audience.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Self-aware then.
Yeah. It's such a wholesome fourth wall break. It's so good. So the real reason this film is better than the first one for me is the addition of 2 new characters. 2 new characters for the 2 movie. Mini-Me, played by Vern Troyer, was put on the map after the film was released, and rightly so. The scene where he and Powers fight is the best scene in the film. The part where Powers throws him against the pole is making me smile just thinking about it. And as you can see, I'm grinning from ear to ear right now because I'm thinking about it. And then the second character introduced in this film, brand new, Fat Bastard. That is legitimately his name.
I mean, Simpsons have got Fat Tony.
Yep.
Grand Theft Auto's got Big Smoke.
Pitch Perfect has Fat Amy.
Yeah.
But now, Fat Bastard.
Fat Bastard.
His literal name is Fat Bastard. It's no.
That's why he never got a radio interview.
Look, I am no comedic snob. Okay. Toilet humour makes me laugh like crazy if it's done right, and Fat Bastard's hygienic antics to do with farts and shit are done brilliantly. He can take credit for owning the most perfect fart scene in cinema history, in my opinion. Literally, like...
Do you remember? Oh no, you weren't there. That I did a really bad intentional fart scene in drama in year 8, I think it was.
Did you actually let rip? You went method?
In front of everyone.
You went method, man.
Did producer man Steve not tell you this? It's his favourite story to tell.
No.
Oh, how have we gone 15 years without mentioning this?
I mean, in a way, I just think you're just being a method actor, dude, and that's cool. You know, you went there. You went to dark places in your head.
Teacher went bright red, and we never actually finished our performance.
Still, what?
Everyone was talking about it for weeks.
That's brilliant.
Then after 2 weeks, we had the next drama lesson. I'm like, oh, no, I can't go.
Embrace it, man. Embrace it.
Yeah.
You know, embrace that.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was. I think it was a year and a half later. The teacher did end up passing away,
Oh, okay.
and that was her memory of me
Oh,
farting in front of them.
Still-
That was her memory of me.
no, embrace it. Oh, I'd love to be known for that in school, dude.
What? No, you wouldn't have. You went to the same school I did. You don't want any reps
So you were meant to be
at all.
You were meant to be acting to do a fart, but then you just
No, I wasn't meant to be farting at all.
Oh, okay. So
it
you...
happened.
oh, okay, so it just slipped out, right? Okay.
Yeah, it was a backpack scene. I turned around, put a backpack on my back, and then that was it. That was it. I was ruined.
Fate was unkind to you that day.
My Hollywood career ended there and then.
It went down the toilet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a bright future ahead of me.
And yet here we are.
I'd have been rich and famous by now. Instead, I'm just famous.
Maybe in the next life.
They talk about me in the chip shop queue, Tommy. You know this.
Oh, I do. I know this.
That's
I hear
me they're talking about.
I hear the words and I hear the rumblings.
Yeah?
Yeah. No, that's just your stomach preparing a number fart.
Right, you shut up.
I also adore, in Austin Powers, the rocket cutaway joke, the assassin who simply won't die, and Will Ferrell's return as Mustafa, who cannot stand to be asked the same question 3 times. There's simply too many funnies to be named in this comedic masterpiece as far as I'm concerned. Heather Graham is also a hot new addition to the cast as Powers' new love interest, after his wife Vanessa is revealed to not be what she seemed in the first film. No shit, Sherlock comes to mind. So to close, Dan, with The Spy Who Shagged Me. The Spy Who Shagged Me is a film that never fails to make me laugh, and considering I rate comedies on how much they achieve this,
Yeah.
it's a 5-star rating on this occasion.
Oh, nice.
This film has groovy mojo like you wouldn't believe, man. It's the real deal.
Now, I have a question. Apparently, this is the film that you can watch without having watched the first Austin Powers. Is that true?
Yeah, pretty much. There's a little open and crawl, like Star Wars at the start, which basically explains everything that happened in the first movie.
Here, I'll save you some time.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
For me, I kind of wish that Lord of the Rings 3 would have done that.
But no, it couldn't, because it had to focus on the next part of the story, which was showing the flashback of Gollum and how he got the ring. But we won't go into that.
No, let's not, because it always causes upset.
But, you know, yeah,
you.
It's a sour subject, you know, but...
I don't see why we should talk about any movie openly.
Well, me and my girlfriend, we openly talk about, like, you know, like, what's better out of Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, because she's a Harry Potter fan, and I'm a Lord of the Rings fan, and we talk about it amicably.
So when she says it, it's fine, but when
No,
I say it...
No.
I see how it is.
We
There's some special treatment going on here. No, you've said it now.
No,
you can't defend this.
Me and Ellie, we
can't
keep
hit
it very fair.
Yeah.
She respects Lord of the Rings like I respect Harry Potter, but we just prefer the others. That's the way I'm looking at it.
I did not say for a moment I didn't respect Lord of the Rings. I just wish it was on for a little bit less time so I could enjoy it more.
I wish there was more time in them. I wish they did an Ultimate Edition where.
But they did, though. They made an extended edition. They
No,
literally made it, and you own it. Literally.
But you don't know. They've still got loads of footage that they could still add into the extended cuts. They could do more.
We'll give them a call and say, I want to see everything.
For the 25th anniversary of Return of the King, I want the Ultimate Edition, and Peter Jackson's got to do it. That's my.
So you're not going to be satisfied until one individual film is 12 hours long.
I would watch every filmed take of every scene or every shot filmed for that trilogy, and it was a 1.5-year shoot.
You'll never, ever sleep again.
Oh, I know.
Because you will not watch it once. You're not that kind of person.
No. That's true. I've watched those films so many times.
You'd have to put a car engine in your Blu-ray player, mate.
Yeah, pretty much.
You have to run it off petrol.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh.
Anyway,
moving on now to the different month. We're now in a new month, Dan.
we're in May, yay!
During that conversation, we swapped over from April into May.
That's what the conversation was about.
Yes.
Just to get the calendar flipped.
It was. Yeah, like just subtly, very subtly. So, touching upon this new month that we got going on.
Oh, yes.
Muscle May.
Muscle May.
So these are like action movies that star like, you know, like big action movie stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone or Bruce Willis maybe. You know, like we got those kind of action movies on the horizon. Who put the Glad in the Gladiator? Hercules. If you'd seen Hercules, you'd have.
I've seen it. I didn't get it.
You watched it around mine, didn't you?
I did. I didn't enjoy it.
You didn't enjoy it?
Also, the thing I don't like about watching movies around yours, right?
There was loads of people.
Well, it's not that. Your audience need to shut up.
Yeah. Although I remember you getting there quite early that day. I think we fitted in like we watched superhero movie as well, didn't we? And
Yes. And what goes on in the shadows.
what we do in the shadows.
Something like that. And
Stalks.
I
think I can see
for,
you.
for me, I enjoyed nothing.
Yeah, but I'm surprised I actually got you round mine, like to a social event. I mean, you wouldn't see that happening today.
I mean, it was the collar you put on me. You went to Pets at Home, got me one of them chain chokers.
Yeah, we won't talk about that. Moving on.
Well, you didn't do anything that untoward. Not on the first visit, anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I didn't try to feed you pizza.
No. In fact, who was it that fed me? He literally said that he'd pay for it. He paid for it, and then I never seen him again.
The one who fed you wasn't the one who put you a napkin on for you.
No, that was someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't a napkin. It was a bib.
Yeah, the one that tied me down to the sofa, that's a different person.
No, it wasn't the sofa. It was the high chair. Anyway, let's not go into that.
Actually, I think it was a regular chair. They just put a table in front of it.
A bigger table.
Yeah, just to kind of make me look like I'm drowning.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I know. And then one of them keeps haunting me because their parents live up the road here. They keep waving at me. I'm like, we barely know each other. You just know my face. I know your face. That's why we're waving at each other. But it's the most awkward thing you've ever seen.
Every time you see her, it's just traumatic.
The rest of my neighbours are just like, do these two know each other or not? Like, they don't seem decided. That's what it's like.
It's a small world, man. It's a small world. You know, we are all robots. We are all machines. Now, speaking of machines,
oh yes,
moving into this film,
yes,
to kick off Muscle May, Dan, we are talking about The Terminator from 1984
with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Do you know his his famous line from the film?
I'll be back.
You know it. I'm so proud of you that you know that.
When it comes to culture, movie culture, and knowing everything there is to know, I'm your guy, right?
That's a great. I mean, like,
no,
what,
okay.
No, yeah, no.
I can look. Watch the screen. I'll be back.
You even put
and
the
I'm
voice
gone.
into it. See?
Look, I'm gone. I said I'll be back.
Oh, that's true.
Look, watch it. Try it. Let you do it. You say it.
I'll be back.
Boom! Look at that.
And then when I come back,
you'll never come back.
I'm back.
It's my YouTube channel now. Your history, mate.
Oh, speaking of history, it's ironic that we're talking about two time travel films in this set of three as well. This is the second time travel film that we're talking about tonight. A B movie with a brain. The Terminator was the film. Seriously, yeah, that's how I'm titling this movie from the get-go.
That's just how you opened that.
It's a B movie with a brain.
I've seen the B movie actually.
I didn't mean it like that. I meant it as in the letter B, like as in like, you know, like.
Well, you didn't realise I did wonder why you've just mentioned the B movie. You forgot that movie existed, didn't you?
I did. I haven't even seen it, but I hate Jerry Seinfeld, so it's. I just don't find him funny.
I hate Hay Fever, so you know it's not the greatest movie for me either.
This is
If you like cheap and terrible animations, I recommend it.
This is a B movie with a brain. In that, you know, like, you know, B movies are films.
Class B.
Yeah, they're not like.
You're gonna have to add the word class in there.
Yeah,
it's a Class B movie.
A Class B movie. Yeah, why not? Yeah, but it's with a brain.
I thought it was going to be a similar storyline to the B movie. Then I'm like, oh well, this film's really terrible.
That's a Photoshop for producer man Steve to perform.
We'll get him on the case. Yeah.
The Terminator was the film that put James Cameron on the map as a very high-profile filmmaker. So you probably didn't know that, did you? The same guy that directed Titanic and Avatar directed Terminator.
You've seen Avatar, right?
I've seen Avatar. I have not seen Avatar 2. No, I've seen Avatar 2. If a Terminator was sent back in time to prevent this film from being made, we would never have got all of the great films that Cameron made afterwards.
Including the B movie. I'm going to keep bringing that up now. You walked right into that.
I don't know why. I don't know if I'm more shocked that I didn't realise that, or I'm more not so shocked that you have seen.
When you write these, do you ever read them out loud?
No.
You should start doing that.
No, I always just that's why I'm a better writer than I am a speaker.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Yeah. As of others, don't worry. So.
And Barry Benson.
You what?
Barry Benson's the name of the bee.
See, lost on me. I don't know that reference.
That's probably a good thing.
Yes.
I mean, it's memeable.
Yes.
At meme bull.
I do not have respect for the B movie, okay?
Why not?
Because
It's a great film.
Because Jerry Seinfeld's in it. And Jerry Seinfeld he's not funny.
To be fair, they do say that people that don't like the B movie love cars, so...
But you got to admit, Jerry Seinfeld's voice is a bit annoying. What is the deal with airline food? Yeah, he literally sounds like that.
Oh, God. Yes.
I don't have respect for Jerry Seinfeld, but I do have mad respect for how The Terminator was made. From starting as a fever dream that James Cameron had with a metal exoskeleton emerging from fire, to the guerrilla filmmaking involved where they filmed low budget without permission on various night shoots. Now, does that sound familiar to you, Dan? Filming on location without proper permission?
Yeah, it sounds like you.
Damn right it sounds like me. We've lived and breathed that. We've done guerrilla filmmaking many a time.
I'll never forget the last time I went on a scene with you, and I should have asked you a load of questions. You wanted a tunnel.
Yes.
And the only one you could find was in a playground. Like, oh no.
Yeah, so there was
but
three.
But we did obviously clear the scene.
We cleared
pros.
the scene. Yeah. We're pros.
But I'm walking in here thinking, oh no.
So there was us 3 grown men in a playground
with a load of cameras and camera equipment. Like, oh.
We had one
shit.
camera. We had one camera, didn't we? And it
didn't look good.
That was the most difficult. That was the most difficult film to shoot for that set.
But the police didn't show up that time.
Police didn't show up.
That was good.
It was because we waited until all the children had vacated that part, so it was fine.
Many thanks to Steve. Oi, you, get out of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's very good at shouting at people,
Oh, he is.
He's got quite a voice on him.
Yeah, quite a beard too. It's crazy to imagine that Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't considered for the villain role at first and was first mentioned as a suitable actor for Kyle Reese instead. So that's an interesting thing. They wanted Arnold Schwarzenegger to play the hero in this film. The human hero sent back to save her from the Terminator, not the Terminator. But he read the script and he was like, I want to be the Terminator.
Do you know, if someone came up to me in that voice and said, I want anything, right? I want all of your money, I would just hand it over. Wouldn't you?
Especially if they were jacked up like Arnie. I think you wouldn't want him to say no to that guy.
He'd walk up to me, you little man, I want you to do everything I tell you to. Oh.
Let's face it, Arnie is not a great actor.
No.
So therefore the emotion...
He's legendary though.
But so let's therefore play to your strengths. The emotionless, blank-faced powerhouse Terminator is incidentally the role that Arnie was born to play.
And he's probably got one of the best one-liners in cinema.
He's got many good one-liners.
Let me put it this way, right? I'll be back is so popular.
And do you know, originally it wasn't even meant to be... Well, it was actually meant to be I'll be back. It was written as I'll be back, and Arnie read it, and he said to James Cameron, I don't know, like, it doesn't sound like something a robot would say. Wouldn't the robot say, I will be back? And James Cameron said, look, man, I don't tell you how to act. Don't tell me how to write. Say the line. And so he said it. I'll be back, and then that's the line that sticks. It becomes iconic, doesn't it?
But it's so iconic, right? If you go onto the help section on the Sky website, it tells you how to operate the voice commands features. And in the demo, and this demo is on endless looping rotation for all the boxes that use satellite. And basically, you go on the demo, and it says, yeah, you can put up films by famous quotes, obviously only the really famous ones, right? So that'll do, donkey, that'll do doesn't work, which I'm surprised at. But I'll be back and run Forest Run, they work.
Use the force.
If you pick up any Sky remote control, try it, folks, and say I'll be back, this film comes up.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
I'll show you afterwards. I'll show you. You'll like it. But yeah, it literally says on the demo, as a demonstration, I'll be back.
That's cool, man.
That's not how I know it. I knew it before then.
Yeah.
But obviously, I'm like, oh, this is cool. It's part of the demo. So it's actually used in technical support diagnosis. That's how big it is. You ring tech support, they'll say, yeah, have you tried saying I'll be back into your remote control? Imagine being paid to tell people to read movie quotes into remote control. I've just found you a new job.
I'd do it for free.
I know you would. You're doing it now for free.
Arnie's character in this film as the bad Terminator, he doesn't show pity or remorse. He simply kills without hesitation. A legendary villain performance from the get-go.
Yeah.
Michael Biehn deserves a major shout-out too, as his performance of the human hero, Kyle Reese, who's also sent back in time, brings a lot of genuine trauma and emotion to the role, considering the horrible future he is meant to have come from. Linda Hamilton works well as the damsel in this film. She's a damsel, she's in distress, but she can handle this. She shows small signs of the brilliant feminine strength she will have by the beginning of the sequel. So, all this strong female character bullshit that PC cinema tries to force on us these days, films like this actually achieved it because they approached us with real characters who aren't just trying to be a girl boss. They're actually characters that you care about, and then in that they find their inner strength, and that's what's really important, And I think that's something that Hollywood doesn't understand anymore. If I'm boring you, just let me know, Dan.
No, you're sorry, I just had to tell my uncle I'll be 5 more minutes.
Right. My favourite part of the film is that sequence when the Terminator has to repair itself in the dirty motel. A clever use of Stan Winston practical effects. You know I'm a sucker for practical effects, don't you?
Oh, yes, if they CGI'd it.
Nope, yeah, I'm so
You'd
glad.
You'd stand up in the cinema and go, I'll be back. But you would never return.
No. A clever use of Stan Winston's practical effects. Excuse me while I'm yawning. I guess I'm tiring myself, Dan.
Yeah, you're telling me, you're accusing me of being bored.
I apologise.
Who's the bored one?
It's been a long day.
Those eagle-eyed viewers would have saw me yawn earlier, but I'm very good at disguising it. Hey, it's been a long day.
It has been a long day.
And I sustained an injury today.
You did?
I should be in bed. You should be rubbing vapor rub on my chest, mate.
Not against my will, I hope. Or with my will, either or. Can I just use like a...
You're going to go downstairs tomorrow morning. I'm going to be laying on your sofa, and you're just going to...
You're going to be crashing around mine now, dude?
Yeah, why not?
Honestly.
How else can I ruin your life? I can't ruin it remotely.
That's true.
So I might as well just be there in your living room.
You ruin it digitally. You'll just put cars on a loop on my computer for me. Anyway. A clever use of Stan Winston's practical effects which add so much gritty body horror to the film. You wouldn't see a scene like this in a blockbuster film today, and that's a real shame. The transition between the actual Arnie and the Arnie puppet are almost unnoticeable. I commend the filmmakers for the effort that they put in. Brad Feidel's musical score is very 80s synth and happened to create an iconic movie theme in the process. Ultimately, this is a thinking man's action film with a lot of horror elements thrown in for good measure. There are major themes to explore on hope for the future, sacrifice and love, which separates these from all of the other mindless action films being made at the time. So to close down, on number 3 out of 3, The Terminator is a game-changing film that happened at the right time and birthed James Cameron's career in the process. Its near-perfect structure and story really draws you in and acts as a brilliant first half to a two-part story where the sequel finishes the narrative perfectly. Because after they made Terminator 2, they ended up making loads of shitty sequels. They've done like 5 crap sequels, but the first 2 are...
They're the ones.
Amazing. They are amazing.
I hate it when they do that.
They should have stopped
Know
at 2.
when to give up.
Yep, you're right. So on that note, Dan, I'm giving The Terminator 4.5 stars out of 5.
Nice.
It's not a 5, not a full 5, because the sequel gets there.
Yeah.
The sequel is even better.
Nice.
But can't fault Terminator predominantly because it's just so fucking great.
And if you're interested, B movies 2 stars.
Is it? Okay.
From me, anyway.
Well, no, I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it. But what would you rate B movie while we're at it?
2, as I said. 2.
Is he a hench B then? Because it is Muscle May and you're fitting in B movie.
You managed to get the B movie into Muscle May. Bees do not have muscles.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah, anyway. Well, we've got another Muscle May coming up, obviously. Well, that's what we're going to do all May, obviously. And the countdown to Just Dan June is officially on.
Obviously.
Obvious.
Mr. Weasley.
That is pretty good, actually.
Turn to page 394.
See? God, I love Alan Rickman.
Yeah, I love that
what
man.
a legend. Right.
He's the only Alan who doesn't look like Alan.
Yes.
I don't know what that means,
I do.
But he doesn't.
Have you ever met an Alan?
Loads, and he doesn't look like an Alan.
Honestly, they have a distinct look.
Yeah. Alan.
Moving on. Right.
We digress.
We do. Right. Okay. You know what to do, YouTubing people. We are normally here Mondays.
Yes.
So, of course, make sure you're here on Monday. Now, you know what to do by now. Here on YouTube, the like, the comment, subscribe, and whatever other buttons YouTube have added in the last 2 weeks, they're available here somewhere. And, of course, you can get involved over on Letterboxd. Tommy, tell them how it's done.
You can follow me, Larkins95, or you can follow Dan on Dan Moore Radio.
Now, this is Tommy's point where he will have a little bit of a moan, a little bit of a dig, and say, Dan doesn't post much.
I'm not gonna.
It's coming.
Hey, Dan.
It's coming.
I'm awaiting your next review, and I look forward to it.
But you know when they're coming.
Don't I just?
And you cannot wait.
Next month is going to be a hoot and a half.
I'm certainly going to get you to watch some of them. Actually, some of them that I want to review, because I've already got an idea, some of them I think...
Try and pick some that I have already seen.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely... There's one that's coming up. That one I'm really looking forward to. And there's another one, which I know you haven't seen, but I think you're really going to enjoy. And the rest of the bag is still being decided.
The plot thickens. I look forward to it, Dan.
Absolutely.
I look forward to it.
So do I, actually. It's going to be a good one. But for now, though, we're on about the muscly hunks. That's what we got coming up for the rest of this month. But you take care of yourself. Have a good one, and we'll catch you on the YouTube channel next week on the Monday.
Have a great week, everyone. All the best. Bye-bye.